So that's talking about passion and what's inspiring you guys. Now I'm also a little curious about what are some of the biggest obstacles you've had to creativity and how did you overcome those?
I don't know about you guys, but I battle a lot with self-doubt.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you stole
Mine's
my answer,
anxiety.
damn it. Well, something new now.
Yeah, and I find that having a support system really helps because just being vocal about it, being like, I'm having a bad day, and being able to talk about it and talk through it because sometimes you just need to hear your own self-talk and realize that, yeah, like, I'm going to be okay. I just need to get this out of the way and just start moving forward because you're only going to start recessing if you don't start moving forward.
Yeah, I think a lot of what we do is we're not making things in a vacuum. Like it's meant to be shared, you know. And there's always those dark nights of the souls where you don't you think you have an idea that will connect and it's not connecting for some reason, or you just can't find the resources or the people to get behind you, and you have to. I don't know. I think the best thing to just do is just keep creating, and sometimes you'll be surprised at what will connect and what won't connect. You know?
And I think that's a big thing too to learn. Don't be afraid to fail. Like that's the biggest thing I think I can tell everyone is, again, this is the reason, and I'm gonna get really nerdy. The reason I have the Green Lantern insignia on my ring is a thing I've taught my kids. We have a lesson, we have a rule. If you ask my kids all the way to since my son's been 2, what's the rule? Machenbachers never give up. And that's the thing is you get knocked down, you get back up again. You have to keep going, and you're gonna fail, and you learn from those failures, and it makes you stronger and it makes you better.
Can I join your clan? Can I join it? I want that insignia.
And honestly, to piggyback off of that, I've become addicted to failing.
You're a sadist. You're a sadist.
It's one of those things, man. At some point, I found that successes are a nice pat on the back, failures are a nice kick in the ass.
Exactly.
Failure to me, whenever I would fail at something, it generally meant I was not good at it and that I needed to get better at it. And the only way that you continue to get opportunities is by having this diversity in what you can do. I came out to LA to be a character designer and failed miserably on the Scooby-Doo show, which is a very simple character who's been drawn a lot. And I failed terribly. And they threw me into the lion's den of action storyboarding, and I got fired after 5 months. I got fired from Warner Brothers, December 25th, 2009, Christmas Day. I got fired because I was terrible. I had no idea what I was doing. It came so easy though. Getting hired, it was the pat on the back. It was like, yo, I'm in here. And I'm walking through. It's like, oh my God, I come from Chicago, man. The idea of doing it. I'm talking south side of Chicago, the gutter. You know what I mean? And so the idea of I'm here at Warner Brothers. It was insane to me. And by the time I was like, all right, let me sit down and draw, they were like, all right, you're fired because you're terrible. So that, it was literally, it was just that kind of traversing. And when I hit the floor, I found where my footing was. And I was like, okay, so now I know where I need to go to. And that was the start of my journey, was me getting fired. Getting out here and getting hired was great and it was exciting, but getting fired is where I realized my passion and what I actually wanted to do. And I was like, I'm gonna get back into WB and I'm gonna make it happen. And I just kind of locked into this weird state of I can't, that feeling, that fear and that pain and agitation of knowing that I had it and it was gone. That thing it's still there. That's why I don't sleep, because I'm constantly going where's the next failure? Where's the next thing that I'm gonna need to learn and conquer?
Did you just tape a poster of Scooby-Doo over your bed? Just torture yourself.
Literally, that letter, I have it, it's hanging at my desk. Yeah,
Is it really?
Because I balled it up and I threw it away and my wife found it and she was like, no, you should keep it. And so it's hanging up in my office.
But
I keep it there.
I think there's an important part of creativity, at least for me as well, is being open to going in a different direction. You start going in one path. I was trying to make this movie years ago, and I started making a documentary to help sell the movie, and then the documentary became the movie. And that was what connected with people.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, that's the thing. But if you're so closed off, and you're like, this has to be the story. This has to be the direction.
For sure.
I'm not saying that can't work.
No, yeah.
Man, you'll hear so many stories where I was going down this one path, but then this other path opened
The
up.
president of Warner Brothers Animation, Sam Register, he told me the story. Growing up in New York, he wanted to be an artist, and he drew and drew and drew and drew and drew, and he came out and realized I am a terrible artist, And he was like, I'm going to become a PA because everybody wanted a PA. And he started as a PA and he rose through the ranks. He makes all the decisions at Warner Brothers Animation. And so, yeah, that's absolutely true.
He
Yeah.
makes all the decisions. Is he the one who fired you?
We'll talk about that later. He's got a photo in my office.
Yeah, I definitely got fired from my job at Disney. And it seemed like tragic at the time, but if that rug wasn't pulled out from me,
That's it.
I wouldn't have started my business.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have seen that was an opportunity for me.
Yeah.
And I created that because I knew I needed like control over my income. I needed to have control of my own like happiness and stabilities in order to like feed my
Yeah.
dream of
Yeah.
doing acting. And if people are so like closed off to other opportunities, they don't see these things going around that could help them actually feed and feel their dream.